Hey everybody, I'm Meg and you are watching Maker Mornings with Meg. This is the Thursday edition. So welcome to the Loven Stamp Studio and happy pre-Friday to you, as we like to say here on Maker Mornings with Meg. So today's project is the last one I'm going to share with you for the foreseeable future with the Adventurous Sky stamp set that I've been showing. And I think you guys will agree that this is a really fun stamp set with a lot of cool possibilities. And we have been engineering the heck out of it lately because we have been making fun fold cards like they're going out of style, which they're not. They'll always be in style, so not to worry there. But I have another fun fold card to share with you today, and you're going to be surprised about where it came from. And I will give you information on how to find more ideas like it. So I think you guys will be very excited about that. But with that, don't forget that it is near the end of the month, and so we have the in color designer series paper and ink pads and cardstock and markers offer that is going to expire soon. So, all right. Hey Sue, hey Becky. Oh, I gotta move my windows over. They got rearranged for me today. So, all right, good to see everybody. So with that, I am going to flip my camera over and I promise I will show you where this card inspiration came from because you're gonna find it really helpful. Okay, so we've got here our Adventurous Sky stamp set and some pieces for our card here. And let me show you our card idea. So this is, of course, the new fabulous book. Yay, Terry, your alarm is working. The new fabulous book. And you are going to want to, so you already know what page number is my favorite, right? Page 22. That is the one that has all of those card ideas at the bottom. But throughout the catalog are more ideas such as these cards here on page 120, and this section is called crafting techniques right here on the edge. I don't know if you can read that. Crafting techniques, because there's so many good ideas in here. And look, there's like a little sneak peek right here of this card being made because we are going to make a card version of this one right here. And if you look on the next page, this card or this like section of the catalog actually shows you like, here are some details on how to make these cards. Now, the Sharpie that's written in there, that's my notes. Your catalog won't have that in it yet, but I encourage you to grab your Sharpie. My friend Julie Davison suggested this. She's like, just write in your catalog. These are for you. So use them. Write in your catalog the sizes, and the sizes for these cards come from the Stampin' Up! Sample recipe document. So I will have some information on this later on my blog today with a link for you to be able to grab that. So make sure that you check over at the Loven Stamps blog and know that for the cards on page 121, there are dimensions written there for the front of the cards that you need. Hello, Inika. All right, so for the center fun fold card here, this one is 3 1/4 inches by 4 1/2. That is the size of this panel here. If you're going to make it a flip fold here, it's going to have to be 9 by 3 1/4 inches. Okay, so that's where we're getting this from. So let's look at this card. All right. So we have a half sheet here. So the full half sheet is 4 1/4 by 11. Hey Margie, morning Trish. We are going to go ahead and fold this. Make sure you score always when you're working with cardstock in this orientation because you want to make sure that you get a nice crisp fold. Now, the front of our card is going to have a diagonal on it. So what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and cut this. But before I do, I want to decorate the back side of our card. We're actually going to cut this panel off. Let me grab my trimmer. We'll do this part now. Why is my trimmer so far away? Okay, there we go. So we're gonna go ahead and cut the diagonal here on the front of our card. So I'm gonna pull my trimmer in. I'm gonna line up right there at the score line and right there at the corner. Get my scoring out of the way. So now I've cut, okay? So now I have cut the angled front, the diagonal front of our card. And we're going to come back with some designer series paper, but we're going to do our next step first because I'm bringing in the metal plate 3D embossing folder. I think this is a perfect match for the theming on our Adventurous Sky stamp set. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna use this to do not the front of the card, but the back of the card. So I'm gonna go ahead and slide this in here, and we're going to line it up so that the texture ends right at the, it's getting caught on the card, right at the score line for my card. And I want to keep it pretty straight because this is a folder that has like a horizontal line to it. It's not like a floral that can go anywhere. And I'm going to invite you back to my studio here. So we're going to go ahead and put this through. Now, right in the name of the folder is the clue that says 3D embossing folder, which means you're always going to want to reach for plate 4 for this. And we're going to go ahead and just line this up with our number 1 pad, our folder, and our number 4 plate, and run this through. And coming back to you, we now have our folder here with our texture on it. So now we have a really cool back of our card with our 3D metal embossing folder. And I don't know about you guys, but I really like to store my folders with the papers still around them. I just think that it's so much easier sometimes to see what the pattern is from like just looking at this black and white folder rather than trying to, I'm just pulling these out of my drawer here, rather than trying to look at the plastic itself. So it just quick for me to put these in my drawer this way. Oh my gosh. Okay. We are all over the place. We have all the way to Washington State. We have Europe. We have Australia. We have like a truly fun crowd this morning. So happy pre-Friday, or wait, is it actually Friday for anyone? I can't remember now. So if it's actually Friday for you, congratulations on getting there. All right. So we have our card front here. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to decorate the front of this now. So this is where the designer series paper comes in. And I'm going to cut, I've already cut this to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So a full front here. Oh, yay. Canadians in the house. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut this on a diagonal too. Now, we're going to go ahead and cut just from corner to corner. And we're going to put one on the inside and one on the front. It's going to mean that the other paper is going to be reversed. You'll see that here in a second. So you want to make sure that you're cutting your paper in a direction where the pattern isn't a specific orientation. This paper is kind of universal here, so it doesn't really matter. I said that, but now watch, I'll flip it over and be like, oops, guess I was wrong. So I've got some multi-purpose liquid glue on the back here, and I'm going to just line all of this up. And now we have the front of our card with our fun pattern showing. And then on the inside, we're going to take this and the reverse here. Oh yeah, no problem on our pattern. The reverse here is going to fit. So pop some glue on there. If you can see the glue, it is enough. It does not take a zillion, a lot of glue to make this stuff stick nicely. All right, so now we have our card here with our extra little bit on the front. So kind of fun layout there. All right, now on the inside, this is the piece that we got from the Stampin' Up! Card directions. So we're gonna go ahead and score it in half because of course we're folding it the long direction. And we're gonna go ahead and get that ready to put in our card. Now this is a reverse panel fold, so not anything too crazy and new. And actually I showed you a really fun reverse panel fold with the other orientation here that was earlier in our series for the Adventurous Sky stamp set and the Take to the Sky suite. So these are 2 of the cards from the 4 this month that are included in the LovenStamps Monthly Tutorials. So if you place an order any size in my online store during the month of May, you'll get written tutorials with photos specifically for all 4 of the cards for this month. So cool bonus there. So we're going to go ahead and pop this into our front here. I love the multi-purpose liquid glue that it just gives us that extra second or 2 to be able to squish that around if it's not quite centered. So that this stuff sticks really, really well and really thoroughly, but not instantly, which is going to be a perk for us at this point. So we're super, super fortunate. Now our next piece is to take our designer series paper. We'll try to get this piece oriented correctly. I see Scandinavia here, and we are going to go ahead and glue this here on the front. So this is just a little bit bigger than 3x4 sized to fit on here. So, all right. So now we have our basic layout of our card, but we have a whole bunch of things to do more to this to make it so much more interesting. All right, so let's pull some of our other pieces. We're gonna need a piece of basic white here, another piece of basic white. We're gonna need some Night of Navy, and we're gonna need some smoky slate. So actually, we probably just use this piece of smoky slate right here, our scrap. So let's go ahead and do some stamping. I've got my smoky slate, and we're going to need some clouds. So I'm gonna go ahead and stamp us some clouds here. I'm going to need a greeting here. So let's go ahead and pop this on here. I think like that. We're gonna go ahead and cut that so we need a little more space. And let's go ahead and put our extra airplane. Okay, that's okay. Our extra airplane here, and then we have one more set of clouds that we're gonna put on the inside of our card. And so I'm gonna ink this up, and I'm gonna just go off the edge here because we don't wanna stamp on our table. There we go. I love stamping images like this that are a little bit bigger right off the edge of your cardstock. Hey, Marie. Because that gives us sort of that image that this is cut out of a bigger sheet and lets you use a larger image in a smaller space. So don't feel like you can only use a stamp if the whole thing fits on your project, okay? All right, so this piece is going to go inside our card, so we'll set that aside. This piece here is going to have some pieces die cut from it. So let's pull out our dies, and we need this one here. We need our little plain die. I guess this is our medium plain die. And for this one right here, you guys know that my go-to for these has been the Everyday Details dies. And the reason that I love these is because I love the circles, the little dots in these, the perforations around the edge. And I feel like they are a nice kind of mimic for the rivet holes and so forth. So I think stylistically they go really well with the Take to the Sky suite. So we're gonna use this small one here. We're gonna cut this circle out. And look, through the magic of television, I have these pieces all done and stamped, of course, where they can actually be reached on the same paper. All right, so there are these pieces for us. And now we're going to go ahead and use these plain die cuts here. So these are meant to be used to build an airplane. So who thought that, building an airplane would be so simple? But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pop these on here and die cut these. And of course, through the magic of television, I have these also, okay? A little hint for you when you have these little like pieces, these little chads, if you just bend the cardstock, they usually just pop right out. So you don't have to work so hard to poke them or anything like that. So just make sure your dies are really well cut before you go ahead and take the dies off. So make sure the cardstock's really well cut, okay? All right, then lastly, we have the little die here for using with making these propellers. So you get 2 of them on the same die, which makes it really simple. I'm finding I always have extra propellers floating around. You could use 2 on the same, actually. I guess you could just like cross them. That would be kind of a cool little bonus. So, all right, let's pull this in here and start to assemble our cards. So again, a multi-purpose liquid glue and pop this in. Oh, I have a survey for you guys today. Let's see, let me pull it up really quickly while we're waiting for this glue to grab. When I talk about that green or the multi-purpose liquid glue, I always try to remind people to let it set, let it activate before you move it around too much. Okay, so if you're watching the live on Facebook, I've just activated our poll, which is where do you look for card ideas? So of course, the Loven Stamps blog is a great place to look for card ideas. The Stampin' Up book where did it go? This one here. I hope that you're getting excited about showing this for ideas. And here is the, here's the page, of course, 121, where we're looking here. And then we have the last choice is Pinterest, or all of the above. So when you guys sit down to stamp, where do you look? I know there's lots of other possibilities too. So you could leave extra comments if there's other things that you like. So, all right. So go ahead and you can comment on that. Okay, I actually don't know what the survey looks like for you. It looks like it's popped up in the middle of everything. Does it just stay there indefinitely? Sorry, if it is, that gets kind of annoying. So I should pull that down, but I'll let you guys vote a little bit while we're putting our card together. Okay, so next thing we're gonna do is build the front of our card, and I need to put these airplane pieces together. So I'm going to flip this over. I'm gonna align it first because you don't want to put glue where it's not going to contact the back part of our airplane, okay? So I'm not gonna put glue on the wing at the top or the wing at the bottom. I'm just gonna put some sort of along the midline of these pieces here. And if you can see it, it is enough, okay? It doesn't take a ton, and really, like just those two places I'm comfortable with, so. Oh, Becky says the survey leaves after you vote. Okay, that's really helpful to know. Thanks, Becky. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop this on here, and just pinching kind of at the top or the left and right edges here, just to kind of align those pieces to make it really easy to get them in place. Okay, all right. So let's see how we did with our survey here. It says, okay, all of the above. Yay for the person who voted for my blog. But really, all of the above is a good answer. There's so many places to get ideas for your projects. I certainly never want anyone to sit down and go, I'm not gonna make a card because I can't figure out what to do. So I really try to give you guys some ideas on places to find inspiration, because you always want to have a fun time when you sit down to make something. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and pop that on there. You'll notice I put the glue on the plane, not on the propeller. That was just because it's so much easier to handle. And now we're going to start putting some pieces together. So let's grab some Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'm going to pop these on here. You guys know I don't usually use a zillion Stampin' Dimensionals on things. I figure, we're not like, this is not actually jet construction. We don't have to have things like sturdier than anvils or whatnot. So usually one or two does it for me. And we're gonna pop our airplane on the back here, okay? Then we have our greeting, which is gonna tuck right up under here, flying by to say hi. You all know that I am a sucker for punny greetings. So, of course, this stamp set makes me happy because it has such a great selection of punny greetings. All right, and then we're left with this extra medium-sized plane. One of the things that I like about a card like this is that you can easily have extra greeting layers in here. So you could have a triple greeting in here because you have 3 open spots, basically. So we don't have a third greeting for this, but I am going to go ahead and decorate the inside here. And so I'm going to go ahead and put dimensional on. And then I'm just going to kind of take a look real fast to make sure that it's not peeking out from behind, which it's not, okay? So it's not distracting from the front of our card to have a little plane poking out from the side there. Kelly says she voted on her PC. Yay. And then you just have to X out the survey. Oh, that's good to know. I just didn't want to have it there annoying everyone. So, all right. So yes, and lots of you guys have great places to find ideas. So rest assured, when you sit down to stamp, you've got some good places to look. So, all right. So we've got our card here with our inspiration from the book. And like I said, you can check back later today on my blog post for this card. I'll have some information on where to get these score and sizing informations from the catalog to make this catalog really just so much more of a useful tool for you guys. So, all right, so let's look at the 4 cards that I have for you because, of course, monthly tutorials, LovenStamps Monthly Tutorials. are a great place too. So when you have the PDFs of those from if you are ordering with me, you get the PDFs each month for my tutorials. And, oh, here's the last one. I couldn't find it. Or as a LovenStamfuls demonstrator, you actually get those each month by email also as a PDF. So another reason to take advantage of the starter kit special this month with the in colors. So, all right. So we have our fun stair step fold card here. We have our reverse panel fold card here. We have our tag front card with a fun open this way. And we talked about masking. And then our catalog case with the diagonal cut reverse panel fold. So 4 really fun ideas. Now, of course, the directions are all in the video tutorials that I share with you guys on YouTube and Facebook and my blog, so you can always go look those up. Actually, on the LovenStamps website, so if you go to LovenStamps.com, there's a gallery section that actually has little thumbnails of all of the cards that I've shared for, 60 something episodes of Maker Mornings with Meg, plus like going back 20 years basically of card ideas. So there's no shortage of things to check for there. If you have questions about the starter kit, you can drop me a note about that. We have 2 days, today and tomorrow, to take advantage of that special, or you can go to my website and look for the information about the starter kit there. Also, this is your sort of last call. If you are interested in the Maker Club that I'm offering, it's a mini share in the mail each month. It's a monthly subscription and a special sort of VIP Zoom session that you can either watch live or you can watch later on an exclusive Facebook group. That's something that I do with my friend Lindsay Mahon from Canada. And so Lindsay and I have this fun maker club that we put together. She has a series also good for inspiration called Why Did I Buy This? That's designed to kind of be like, wait, what is this thing that's in my stamping supplies and what was I supposed to do with it? And so we combined the Why Did I Buy This series and Maker Mornings with Meg to build the Maker Club, the Why Did I Buy This Maker Club. And you can still sign up for that if you want to participate in the month of June. So there's a link in the video description for that too, or you can get more information on my website. So with that, I think that I will leave you guys with a call to enjoy your weekend, because it's pre-Friday today here in the LovenStamp studio. Enjoy your weekend, enjoy the chance to make some cards, and when you make them, share them, send them to someone, brighten someone else's day. You have your joy from making your card, the joy from sending your card, they get the joy from receiving your card. Lots of kind of fun ideas there. So, or fun inspiration and just happy vibes that kind of go out into the world. So we will be back next week with more video tutorials on Tuesday and Thursday morning. So Maker Mornings with Meg, 9:30 Central Time on the LovenStamps Facebook page, and then replays later on YouTube and on the LovenStamps blog. So yay, glad you guys are excited. And I will look forward to sharing more cards with you next week. And happy stamping, everyone.